Everybody, welcome back to Florida. We're back out in the field at our usual site. I got a late start today because we're actually moved on to a different part of our research today. We're going to be doing veg surveys today. You may be hearing that helicopter over us. We're next to a helicopter training field, which means that point's going to be really hard to go survey because I don't want to be in the field with them. Okay, so first things first. What I'm gonna do is write down the name of this point. So the name of this point on our GPS is CMT, or CM1 is what it is. It's CM1. Let's write down CM1 here. And then our time, it is just about 10 o'clock, so I'll put 10 o'clock. And within a 50-meter radius of this point, we're going to give a general percentage of different species of plant. So I'll get you guys up here. So as we look around here, it's pretty diverse, but we're divided up into quadrants here. So we had to do, each of these correlates with a different direction. So we'll take out our handy dandy cell phone and get our compass out. And our first quadrant is from the north and to the east. So the north is right here, and then east is right here. So in this little quadrant, 50 meters out, we're gonna have to give a general overview of the kinds of species of plants that are in here. So I have this laser rangefinder here that we'll use to tell the distance to 50 meters. Okay. Generally have a good idea of where it's at. And now we do our percentages. These can go really quick too, depending on the habitat. This habitat's kind of diverse here, so it's gonna go a little slower. But we have the stuff we love to walk through in my other videos, which will probably be up, which is the black needle rush. So you have black, we'll write that down. We also have this grass here. This grass is Spartina. That's the genus. There's different species of Spartina, but for what we're doing right now is not that important. So we're just gonna say Spartina SP for species. Spartina SP. And usually there's this kind of Spartina that's like smooth, and the kind that is like a sawgrass. So this is the sawgrass kind. There's a bunch of, you can't see it on the camera right now, but there's a big spiderweb there and a big spiderweb there. And they both have giant orb weavers in them, which, geez Christ, dude. This helicopter's like right over me. But each of those spiders are pretty harmless, and they don't really bite really, so but their webs are really a pain to get into. They call them like a technician called them like described them kind of like crabs, and I think I mentioned that earlier in a different video. So yeah, we have two forest crabs here. But anyways, we have black needle rush around here. We have Spartina, which is this grass, and we have wax myrtle, which are these big bushes here. There's also, this looks like an oak, but there's not enough of it really for me to give it a percentage. Cause you gotta like get the most, just better characterize it. There's also water in this ditch over here, so I'm just gonna write down water. And there's this other grass here that might be Bermuda grass, but I'm not sure what it is. So we're just gonna call it unknown grass. Okay. And then there's palms in this area too. So we're gonna write those down. The abbreviation for that is SAPA. S-A-P-A. Okay, now that we got some of the basic species out of the way, you know what? I'm gonna put in bramble also. Bramble SP. Okay, so now that we have a good representation of the kinds of species in the area, we can now start giving it percentages for this quadrant. So I'm gonna say this is very like not completely measured out, it's just from your site to give a general thing. So there's a lot of Spartina back there. So I think Spartina is gonna be the most here. And I'm gonna say it's probably 40% of this. And I think Black Needle Rush is the big pockets here. So I'm gonna say like 10. So we're up to 50% now. There's a lot of this wax myrtle in here, which the abbreviation for that is MYCE, MYCE. So that might be up to 20 at least. So up to 70 now. There's a lot of bramble in there. So I'll put 20 for bramble. We're up to 90 now. And then there's some unknown grass in here. So I'll put that for 10 and that'll round us out. 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we're at 100. Okay, good. Our next quadrant is going to be from the east to the south. So we go east, it's right here, to the south, it's right here. So that's a lot of Spartina. That's gonna be mostly Spartina. That looks great for black rails, honestly, minus having a little bit of that wax myrtle in there. So we're gonna say that might be like 70% Spartina, at least. And then there's some wax myrtle in there. That's like 20% wax myrtle. And there's like 10% black rush. There's stuff in right there, you can see that. Black Needle Rush. And that's it. That's 100. See, these go really quick. And now we go right around the way from the south to the west. Some chatty birds in there. So it's this quadrant here. So we got a lot of palms in this one. I'd say there's like at least 20% palm. So sap is gonna be at 20. And then there's a lot of wax myrtle over here, a lot. So I'm gonna say like maybe even 50% wax myrtle. And there's 10% water. So we're up to 80. There's 2 more. There's a little bit of Spartina here. So I'll put 10 for Spartina. And there's like 10 bramble in there. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. As you guys can see, that's super easy to do. And it just takes knowing the plants and everything, getting out to where you need to go, making sure you know what the point of what you're doing is so that you can accurately know how accurate you need to be. And the big point is characterizing the environment properly. So we did a good job there. Now we'll head out to the truck. We can't go to the points that I want to go to, so I'm gonna head down the road and try to go to some other points. So while we're here, I think I should update you guys about what happened, okay? So a couple things happened. I think I mentioned in a different video that when my boss was down here with her boss, I got bit on the leg by a pretty nasty bug. We're not sure what it is still, but I'm on antibiotics and stuff for it now because it got infected and my whole leg was just swelling and itching. Bad time, bad time. But it's doing better now. Especially because I'm on medicine for it. Ooh, man, that wind feels so nice. Though some bad news also happened was I was trying to load the ATV into the back of a truck, and it was the short truck that I have because our big truck is still in the shop. It's taking forever. All the parts are on back order, so it's really hard to get anything for that truck. But anyways, we have the shorter bed truck that's really hard to load stuff into, and I left the ATV out in the sun a bit, so the brakes were a little mushy. And I went up that ramp, smashed right through the back windshield. Yep, smashed right through that back windshield. It was not a pretty sight. My boss was super cool about it though. It was a hit to my pride, you know, but it wasn't that expensive to get it replaced, and we got it replaced in a day, so it wasn't too bad. That's all fixed now. That's the truck I'm driving now. So we're gonna be really careful with loading the ATV in it for tomorrow, because tomorrow we have ATV points. But that really panicked me. But you know, it wasn't the end of the world. We got it figured out. It's fine. So we'll just be careful and try not to do it again. But that's the risk of using equipment that isn't exactly ideal for the kind of stuff you want to do. So you do it with what you can. But we made it through. We're alive, you know. So that's been pretty much what I've been up to, is dealing with that. My boss was actually just down in the area today, or not today, yesterday and the day before, helped me learn some of the vegetation surveys that we're going to do in the afternoon today. And I'll show you guys how we do that also, provided I have enough memory and I charge up my batteries. And luckily we can be pretty lax on the timing, because it's not really time sensitive, besides get enough done in the shade before it gets dark. And my boss has been great at keeping it so that we don't get overworked or too hot. So it's just do what you can at the ends of the day. So I'll show you guys how that goes, but that's really intense. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's a quick update video. I hope you guys enjoyed this brief tutorial on how to do coarse vegetation surveys. And the rest of the day, I think I'm going to record a new type of video here that's just going to introduce you to this concept that I'm doing, which is these like turning your phone into a real life Pokedex. And I'll see how you guys like that one. But until then, I've been Evan, and we've been outside. Thanks for watching.